TV for NFL Primetime. Boomer and Booger Championship Sunday, NFL Primetime. And in a season where it seemed like everything came down to the wire all the time, why wouldn't the championship game be nail-biters too?
And Boom, you knew today we were going to get something extraordinary in both games in their own special way delivered.
Own special way. And this second one was unbelievably special, and you kind of knew. You could make the argument, and it doesn't matter, that these are the best two teams in football. One scored the most points, the Rams. One allowed the fewest points, the Seahawks. The two teams played twice this year. The Rams won by 2. The Seahawks won by 1. Yards were within 1. So why wouldn't it come down to the very end of two teams playing at their best in the beautiful Pacific Northwest in the land of the 12s? Here we go with the Rams at the Seahawks, the rubber game for the right to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. The beautiful, loud stadium. But Matthew Stafford, the presumed MVP, 46 regular season touchdown passes. Sam Darnold, could he do it? Yeah, well, he had an answer. Early first, Seahawks driving. Darnold. Rashid Shaheed, the speedster that general manager John Schneider brought over right before the trade deadline.
Something you can't teach, just pure speed. The Rams secondary has been an issue all season, proved to be an issue today.
Tick, 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 tick. And then one more time, tick. Did he get out of bounds? No. They thought so, yes. But it was a good call, Booger.
It was a great call. The shin was down, so the clock continued to wind. Good call by the ref.
And so, the Seahawks, my goodness, could you get any better than this? Well, not much if you're really picky. The Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl. They win it 31-27 at home. Jeff Darlington with middle linebacker Ernest Jones.
The support that you showed for your quarterback. He comes out here against this same team and absolutely balls. What is that like?
I won't say the words again, but I told you back then, man, I knew Sam was going to come out here and ball. What, he have 300 passing yards? Like, come on, get off my quarterbacks.
That stop that you guys had down here on 4th down, take me through it and how we're able to do it.
And I'm telling the guys, man, we're here. Everything we work for is on in this moment. Let's go out here, let's clamp up, and let's get a stop.
You are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah! Thank
How
you,
does
Lord.
that feel?
That feels amazing. Thank you, Lord.
Very together team. Not that the Rams aren't. Look, they gave 3 great games this year.
Yeah.
I thought the 38-37 was the game of the year, and really with the 2-point conversion, we said it last week, that were made in that game. Seattle was the 1, the Rams were the 5. They had a long road. We'll talk about the Rams in a minute, but where do we begin? Sam Darnold, he couldn't do it, right? 6 turnovers against the Rams the first 2 games. This time, let's see. 346, 3 TDs, no pick,
Boom,
no fumble.
I'll take you back a step further. Sam Darnold with the Jets, he was seeing ghosts. Goes to Minnesota. Plays well, couldn't quite get over the hump. Played so well, they didn't want to sign him back. Goes to Seattle, and here's a guy in the biggest game of his career last week, the oblique injury. He didn't throw the football well, so now he comes out in the NFC title game, and all he does is line up and deal. 25 or 36 for 346. Sam Darnold played the best game of his career. He was accurate, he led, he was precise, he had great decision-making, and his rapport with Jackson Smith and Jigba was outstanding. He's the reason they're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about this defense. This defense was outstanding. The run game was so-so. The reason Seattle won this game today was the accuracy, the precision, the timing, the leadership of Sam Darnold. And I couldn't be happier for a guy who came down the road that he did. From New York to Minnesota to here. How about Sam Darnold playing the game of his life today?
No, and I think a lot of New Yorkers rooting for him, going like, you know, like maybe the Jets were the problem.
Just a little early.
Sam
Just
Darnold.
gave up on him a little early.
And look, and Matthew Stafford as well. Let's not even, we will talk a bigger picture Rams, but Matthew Stafford, right? It was toe-to-toe, and the 2 receivers were toe-to-toe. You couldn't even leave this game for more than a minute.
Both quarterbacks played outstanding. I think the biggest key to this game was the Rams secondary. Like the Rams defense, the front 4, if the front 4 didn't get home, could the Rams secondary hold up? It's been their biggest weakness all year. Special teams. They fired the special teams coordinator during the season. They replaced him. Special teams, an issue again today with the drop punt. And the secondary. The front 4 has gotten home, but the secondary hadn't been able to cover anybody all year. And it's amazing when you get in the biggest games Your biggest weaknesses show up against the best opponents. And here we are again today. What's the Rams' biggest weakness? Their secondary and special teams, and it showed up again today. And if you're Seattle, who knows them so well, you're going to attack them in those two categories, the secondary and the special teams.
Here's an interesting one on Coach Mike Macdonald, who, young like Sean McVay, these are two of the best. And it was interesting, just like the AFC game, you have an offensive guru against a defensive guru. I just throw this out there. This game could have gone either way. I get it.
Yeah.
But when his Seahawks, remember he's been there only 2 years, he's won 26 games.
Yeah.
When they play a team for the second, no matter what happens in the first game, second or third time, like the Rams, you know what his record is, seeing him again? 8-0.
Adjustments. Yeah.
8-0.
It's pretty good.
Hello.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's not like all better than, no, it's not about that, but adjustments, seeing, and putting guys in position, like you said. It's about us. Yeah, but it's a little bit about, okay, what didn't we do against the Rams a couple of times? And again, the Rams, I think, had more yards in this game, 479 to 396. So wasn't like that defense of Seattle. The Rams had rolled up yards on them 2 of the 3 games. However, when they needed plays like Witherspoon, et cetera, they made them.
And sometimes it's the subtle adjustments. We live in a day and age where you're not going to be able to shut a team out, especially if you don't have inclement weather. But the adjustments that Coach Macdonald can make, they made sure the running game wasn't an issue today from the Rams. They gave up a couple of yards early on, but they took the running game away and made Matthew Stafford play. That's what a good defensive coordinator does. I'm going to take one thing away from you and make you play the other way. Even the same way with the Rams to a certain extent. No Charbonnet. Walker got loose a little bit early. This was a game where the quarterbacks were going back and forth and back and forth. And isn't it fitting on a year when Matthew Stafford most likely is going to be the most valuable player in our league, that Sam Darnold outdoes him?
Yeah, he answered. Anyone that still has a question, we'll hear it a little bit at the Super Bowl, but it won't be so loud.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be bothered by a thing. Sean McVay, the Rams are a tough out. They were the toughest out for Philly last year in the playoffs, right? They were a tough out for, what was it, Detroit. I mean, we could keep going. And a tough flight home for a team that all of a sudden was the best, but then couldn't play for the #1 seed, but yet they played in the fridge at Chicago in 5 quarters. And here they are toe-to-toe. Here he is after the game.
All right, guys. Congratulations to Seattle. It's an excellent football team. And, I love our group. Really, I think the finality of all of it, didn't ever really expect this. We came here with the expectations to win. We had our chances. They made their plays, and it was a great back-and-forth game by 2 great teams. But it's a couple critical errors that ended up costing us. But love this team. It's one of my all-time favorites. I'll be honest with you guys right now. Nothing but gratitude for these guys. Nothing but respect for the Seahawks. And I'm pretty numb. I think the finality of all of it, when you don't allow yourself to even think about anything other than just advancing. I felt like we were going to be the team on that podium, and we weren't. And, you give Seattle the credit. But I love this group. And, I'm never really short on words, and I am right now. So it's tough. But this is sports, and you got to be able to deal with it. You guys go ahead.
What did you tell the team?
That,
Stand up. Never question him. I thought the Rams might run out of that. They started this game with a lower gas tank than Seattle. What would that show up in the game? Would they miss a play? Would they miss? I don't know, Booger. But the path that they took after that 38-37 loss, they went to Atlanta, got beat by Bijan at the big game when they were hanging their heads like we can't get the 1 seed. Had to play 4 quarters with the regulars just to beat Arizona. Had to play to the very end of the game to beat Carolina. They weren't counting on that. 5 quarters, Chicago, Caleb making throws, yet they come out of the frigid, and then they go up to Seattle in a very rough place to play. I wondered whether I've actually earned more respect for them. I know they lost. They didn't win. Unbelievable respect. I really thought the gas tank would be too low.
Well, I thought the gas tank would be too low, but the gas tank wasn't. They played well. I mean, Matthew Stafford was outstanding. What you saw there is a coach who honestly thought they were going to win the football game. And the finality of the season, as he's walking to that podium, is hitting him square in the face. Season is over. Now come all the questions. What am I going to do at the quarterback position? Because in his mind, he knows this might have been his best chance with Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
So there's so many things running through his mind right now. You can tell it's kind of overwhelming. He doesn't really have all of his thoughts together. Stafford played outstanding. From a guy who we thought wasn't going to be ready in August with back issues to the NFC Championship game, Sean McVay did an outstanding job coaching. However, in the end, if the Rams are going to get back here, they got to fix their secondary. They're going to have to figure out a way to either get Matthew Stafford to come back, or they got to figure out a way to get Jimmy Garoppolo ready. It's a long season, man. And there are no guarantees that you're going to get right back here. Just ask the Philadelphia Eagles. And so when you see McVay right there, he's numb because the finality of it, as players and coaches, we never think it's going to come. And then it shows up and hits us square in the face. Now what do we do? Like, that's an honest feeling, and it's a good chance for us to get a chance to see a glimpse of that.
You know, I don't know, and this is just me. We don't know what it took for Matthew. You know, he may not be with the back in this, and then it was, quote, no problem. We really don't know all the things he went through. So, again, this to Matthew Stafford. Yeah. Will he play? I have no knowledge on this at all. I hope so as a football fan.
Yes, we do.
He's going to be the MVP. Yeah. And we hope this wasn't the last game for him, but I'm not.
Hope so.
We hope, but only he knows what he went through to get ready. But I think he had a blast this year.
No,
he's going
to win the MVP, Boom. Like, what more could he have done? They got to fix that defense.
Yeah, they're good.
Not good enough.
But they're not quite good enough.
Exactly.
And so, more on this game. I think there was an AFC Championship game too. Right?
It was early.